guys. I know I ain't made no videos in a while. I've been going through it, but I'm hanging in there. After I finish my breakfast, I have a lot of things to show you guys. A bunch of cool updates in the van. You know, some really cool improvements. And a few things outside in the garden I want to show you. And also, you know, just a few topics and things I want to discuss. Stick around. Okay, starting with the back. On fire for Jesus. Oh, it's a mess back here. But it looks totally different than it did from last time. My air conditioner is on the driver's side instead of the passenger side. I have built like a different type of a wall structure, much more sturdier, and it is not nearly as leaky. Like, I've got spray foam everywhere, sealing up every gap around there. And so I'm not going to take all that stuff out, but it's all sealed up back there too. Yeah. But that's the back, and I keep all my tools and whatnot in here. Walking around to the side, one of the coolest updates I did was put a box on the van. So now I don't have to reach under it to plug in more power. And this is just shore power. But yeah, I did have it at the up under here, and I had to go up under the car and find the wire, but that makes it so much easier to access. A little more obvious that someone's living here, you know, with the solar panels up there too. Please. But okay, let's go inside. Okay, so I'm inside the van now, and this is still sort of similar from last time, but I've redone it. And up here I have my spices and my oils and stuff like that. I need to put that back. This is just old grease that I've been using. Stick that back up there somewhere. That's gonna fall. Okay. Yeah, and then I just have stuff I use every day, like hats. I'm wearing my jacket. There's an umbrella here. That's my jacket that I wear when I'm outside and stuff. I redid my curtain rod, and I put a speaker there. I still gotta put speakers up here in the front so when I'm driving I can hear my tunes better. But yeah, curtain rod. One of the biggest things I did was I have a roof. So like no more ugly, you can't really see it, no more ugly roof. But this is just like really thin paneling. It's like 20 bucks a sheet, 4x8 sheet. But I got the entire roof done inside. I need to put insulation up under this side. All up under here I need to put insulation, but the other side's the back. The back has insulation up under it. Like, you can sort of see it like that. It's not the best job. Still needs to be redone, but that's that. There's the fan. This is another huge thing that I was able to get. It was a mini fridge. And it's pretty awesome. There's not much in there right now. Just some water, cheese, and like ice packs and stuff. I need to get some bacon. That's one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, is the food situation going on. But yeah, and so everything is powered off of my inverter. It's a 2,000 watt inverter. I have 2 of these deep cycle batteries. They were like $200 a piece, super expensive. But I don't have to worry about power at all right now. The refrigerator just kicked on. So I was plugged up into shore power and my charger was going, but my refrigerator wasn't plugged up to the house to shore power, so my battery is kind of low right now. But that's fine. 12.1. It's gonna charge back up. But yeah, I had to redo this entire thing, and I still got to do it one more time because it's even with the height of my bed, and at night my feet be all up on here, and it's not the best. I knock stuff off But everything, I can control all my DC power from right here. Only thing I have on my DC power right now is my lights. And I need to finish hooking the rest of them, because I got one there, and there's one back there, and then there's another one here. I don't have the two front ones hooked up, but the back ones are powered by a remote. One button, and then I can, you know, change the different modes and stuff like that. Have them strobe and flash. But I usually just keep them on white and turn the brightness all the way down, like that. But yeah, all that's controlled by that switch. And then I have a 12-volt bus bar here with the fans and some USB plugs. That's for the my Bluetooth speaker, and the other one's for the lights. Yeah, that's pretty much the power setup. The bed and the whole shower idea, I'm still going to do that. I still have this big shower pan down here, and I have it loaded with stuff right now because I still haven't put the shower together. I still need to get the curtain and the shower rod. But this is the bed area, and it looks so much better back there. Let me turn off my main light so you can see it's going to get dark for a second. Let me turn my other lights up. Turn up. Yeah, there we go. So there's plenty of light back here when I'm chilling. But that's the bed setup. And push that back in. And back here, beside the air conditioner, which does work, it runs off the batteries too. But I can also hook it up to shore power. But back here is where I keep all of my clothes out of sight. And it just makes the whole area look a whole lot better. And you can see all the spray foam insulation that's coming through all the gaps. I gotta cover all that up. But it's much better than it was before. And I just, you know, tuck it in to kind of make it look nice. As nice as it's gonna get. And on the other side, I have the sink, which something that took me so long to get right. And well, I've been dealing with leaks and plumbing issues for a while. Like, I could get the toilet to drain, but then I couldn't get the sink to drain. And so I've been back and forth with all of that for quite a while. But the sink works. Has a little drain in there. It's gross. That's a tea leaf. Oh, window. I'll go into further details about that. But yeah, this is just a little RV sink plug. This is just your everyday dollar store tote. I need to get a bigger one, and still, like I said, I still got to redo everything. But this is the whole entire counter space. I'm going to totally redo this. I'm going to get one solid piece now that I know where I want everything. I have my sink. It still works and runs. Let that water out. And so, yeah, under the sink, I got the blanket to keep all of this hidden. But under here, that's the drain setup. And all that black stuff is just plumbing glue so it doesn't leak. And it goes to there, and then it goes to the tube, which goes back down there. Hold on. If I can find a way to hold this up. Get down here. This is the toilet system. Not to go into details. Pee in there, goes to the tube. Tube goes down here, and it all flows to the back and drains out there. That's my water jug. This is just a little bucket where I keep, you know, toiletries, first aid kit, some Vaseline, foot powder, lotion, stuff like that. Right there. That's the water filter. It's getting dark down there. Let's see if I turn on the light. Can I turn on the light? Okay, yeah. That's the water filter. And this is the hose. So I roll out this hose. Water comes in through here, gets filtered, comes through here, fills that up. Still got a pretty good amount of water. Probably need to fill it by tomorrow or the day after. But yep, that's the water system. And then beside that is my food storage. And it just slides out like that. I had to design the legs and this whole thing for it to fit everything I had. I need to get some more food. But that's another topic. I'll get that back. Oh. And then it all gets hidden with this old bed sheet. And then behind here, I have bubble wrap insulation. So I just made like a bubble wrap wall and then took an old blanket and stapled it together. So it works as a thermal barrier, but it also, you know, doesn't look too bad. I just can't put nothing there. Like I said, I'm going to redo this again. I'm probably going to figure out a way to put my dishes, and this is just my books and stuff like that. I'm going to figure out a way to put that up under my food. I'm either going to make it so that I can pull my food out on a drawer slide and then have those two on a shelf, like build a shelf up in here. That way I can stick all of my, just get this stuff up off the counter and have more counter space. But that's my calendar. This, that's today. Today's Monday the 3rd. And temperature right now, we're sitting at 20 degrees Celsius. But yep, that's pretty much the setup. I had to take out the floor because I'm not gonna lie, guys, it was horrible. It was a nightmare. When I got the fridge, I cleaned it out. I didn't clean it out good enough. And then I brought in roaches, those little German roaches. And I finally just got rid of them. I had to literally take apart the entire van. I took out everything, the walls, everything. Got the van, I cleaned it top to bottom. And then when I was putting everything back together, that's when I decided to, you know, go ahead and do the walls, the back walls, put the air conditioner over here and spray foam. I did that whole back wall, this whole back side of the van in like one day. And it's still not together back how I want to. I got to go to floor. It's getting cold. I don't know what to do about that just yet. I'm thinking about putting bubble wrap down and then going with a carpet over that. Or maybe bubble wrap and then like an electric blanket and then a rug over that. That way I can have heated floors. But yes, that's pretty much it. I'm super glad that my van is in this setup. I believe this is the best setup, the best layout for any van that you can get. Having your bed, like your least movable space in the back, and having the front of it open. That way you can move around and use that space. You're not going to be moving around in your bed. You're going to be asleep, but you want that area to be comfortable. That's why I don't have my bed set up anymore into one of those pull-out beds, because you don't need that. It's too much work. I'm lazy. That's why I just go back there and hide. One thing I'm thinking about doing, since it's getting colder, is putting in another partition, like just a blanket, maybe another thick blanket like I did up here with thermal insulation in it. But maybe a divider, that way I can close off the bed area in the summertime and turn the air on, and I can super chill this area. And also in the wintertime, I can where's my heater? And I can get a smaller heater, because this one right here goes up to 1500 watts and it'll kill my battery in like 10 minutes. But if I get a smaller heater, I can stick it like on the corner, you know, stick it back there and just close the whole thing off and make it so much more comfortable. But yeah, that's pretty much the setup for the inside of the van. I mean, it's still the same things. It's less complicated, less cluttered. It's much more functional and usable to me. I'm happy. I still gotta finish this situation up here. Let me turn that off. Turn that one on. This is the fan. The fan is set up and it works and all that. And it's much better than having one of these 12-volt fans up there. This thing really moves the air. But I still gotta figure out a better way to open and close the door, because it's just, I'm using the curtain hanger right now and it's not efficient. It doesn't work all the time. Like right now I can't get it closed, it's stuck in something. But I'll figure that out too. But yeah, that's everything for the inside pretty much. Let's go outside so I can show you my garden. Thanks for checking out my video and watching the update about my van. I didn't realize how long the video was getting until I started editing. So please stick around for part 2 for the garden update and the conversation about the stuff that I want to talk about that's really important. Hopefully everybody's not being affected. But if not, either way, keep your head up and thank God that, we're still here and we'll get through it. But anyways, Wanderers, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and hang in there. Until next time.